my dear students of educational program. Hello, my dear Prep 3 students. Miss Samaha الشيخ is with you. And today we are going to finish Unit 8. So let's start discussing the main vocabulary related to lessons 5 and 6 and the last part in Unit 8. So our title for today is Cultures and Traditions. Cultures and Traditions, قلنا الثقافات والتقاليد. Yeah. So let's discuss the vocabulary. Cultural expert. So what's the cultural expert? الخبير الثقافي. Cultural هنا adjective و expert معناها خبير. Yeah. We have belonging. So what's belonging? دي good quality يا أولاد، دي value كويسة جدا لازم تبقى عندنا كلنا، الانتماء. belonging الانتماء. Yes. We have harmony. So what's harmony? Harmony معناها توافق وانسجام. Harmony. Yes. Carnival. أظن واضحة من ال pronunciation. Carnival. ممكن نقولها كرنفال، ممكن نقولها مهرجان. Okay. So carnival. Yes. Sense of identity. الشعور بالهوية. Sense of identity. Yes. عيد. We can say عيد. هو طبعا في الإنجليش ما فيش العين sound. We can say عيد or عيد. Yes. Okay. Next. Unity معناها الوحدة. Unity الوحدة. Malaysia, it's Malaysia طبعا. It's a country, famous country, Malaysia. We have fast changing هي compound adjective ومعناها سريع التغير. fast changing. We have explanation. زي ما احنا شايفين التيتشر explain a lesson to the students. So explanation يشرح يوضح. fill يملأ. fill yes. family ties الروابط الأسرية أو الروابط العائلية. family ties. spread ولازم ناخد بالنا my dear students إن الverb spread هو verb irregular. so spread it's irregular verb. yes. next. participants. so what's participants? المشاركين. yes. مشاركين في رحلة، مشاركين في exam، مشاركين في احتفالية. so participants. yes. strengthen the verb وخدناه الفيرست term ومعناه يقوي. strengthen verb. We have here page 34. We have a video. Let's watch the videos and discuss it. Yes.
Good evening and welcome to Culture Around Us. Tonight, we're talking about traditions and customs. With me is Dr. Salma, a cultural expert. Dr. Salma, could you tell us why traditions are so important?
Thank you. Traditions are important because they connect people to their history and values. They create a sense of identity and belonging.
Interesting. Can you give us an example from England?
Of course. In England, one tradition is the afternoon tea. Families and friends gather to drink tea and eat small cakes or sandwiches. It shows the values of hospitality and friendship.
That sounds lovely. What about customs in Saudi Arabia?
In Saudi Arabia, Eid is a very special time. Families visit relatives, wear new clothes, and share delicious meals. This reflects the values of family unity and generosity.
Beautiful. And what about Malaysia?
In Malaysia, during Hari Raya Aidilfitri, the end of Ramadan, people decorate their homes, visit neighbors, and prepare traditional foods. It shows respect, harmony, and the importance of community.
So, would you say traditions are only about the past?
Not at all. Some traditions are hundreds of years old, but others are modern and still developing. The important thing is that they help people stay connected in today's fast-changing world.
Thank you, Dr. Salma. That was a wonderful explanation of how traditions and customs shape our lives.
Now, my dear students, let's discuss some questions related to the video that we watched. The video was about traditions around the world, in Malaysia, in Saudi Arabia, and in Egypt. So let's have some discussion with the questions. Question number 1, sports can bring space to many people from different countries. Of course, it can bring unity. So bring unity يعني تجلب الوحدة. Yes. Okay. Next. All Egyptians have of belonging to Egypt. كل المصريين عندهم ايه انتماء لمصر. طبعا sense of belonging اللي هي روح الانتماء أو الشعور بالانتماء. Yes. Next. Traditions and customs can space our lives. Can do what for our lives? Of course, it can shape our life, يشكل حياتنا. Yes. Next. Families in Ramadan to share meals. Families do what? Of course, families gather. So what the meaning of gather? يجتمع. Gather. Yes. Next. Traditions help people stay connected in today's fast-changing world. يعني الناس بتبقى متصلة في هذا العالم السريع التغير. The adjective fast-changing means that the world isn't. Take care. It's a tricky question, my dear students. Isn't. يبقى أنا هنا بنفي الصفة isn't fixed. طب what if I say is? Is moving, is it changing acceptable? Next. Yes. We have here another video in page 36. So let's watch the video, then discuss some questions.
People together and keep history alive. In Egypt, families gather in Ramadan to share meals, which strengthens family ties and teaches hospitality. In India, people celebrate Diwali, the festival of lights, which spread joy and hope everywhere. In Brazil, the carnival, which is full of music and colorful clothes, fills the streets with happiness. Although traditions are different, they teach values like respect, friendship, and sharing. They also create happy memories that are passed from one generation to another. Old or new, traditions are part of cultural identity, which helps people stay connected across time.
Now, my dear students, after watching this video, it's about traditions around the world, also in India, in Egypt, how traditions makes people connected together, makes people show love and respect to each other. Now let's have a piece of a question read and complete. Let's see this question in order to examine our understanding. Yes, we have here traditions, connected, friendship, festival, share. It's a piece from the reading text. Traditions which connect families, bring people and keep history alive. In Egypt, families gather in Ramadan to space meals, of course, to share meals. In Brazil, the carnival is a famous what? Of course, a festival that fills the streets with music and happiness. Although traditions are different, they teach values like respect, of course, friendship, and sharing. They also create happy memories that are passed from one generation to another. These customs help people feel, of course, connected. Yes. These are the spaces and the answers of the question. Next, we reach to the word and the opposite. So we have a table of synonyms and antonyms. So let's study them carefully. Yeah. So we have here word, synonym, and antonym. We have expert, specialist, متخصص, خبير. Amateur. What's the meaning of amateur? هاوي, beginner, بادئ, مبتدئ. Belonging, attachment, isolation. We have gather, collect or bring together. We have separate. We have delicious, tasty or yummy. Then we have tasteless. Next, we have fast changing, سريع التغير. which means dynamic or unstable. The opposite is constant. Constant. Yes. Next, we have here another table that related to this part of the unit. It's suffixes and prefixes. Let's discuss them together. We have here belong. Belong, ينتمي, يخص. In order to change it into a noun, we add the suffix ing, so belonging, الانتماء. Explain, يشرح. In order to change it into a noun, يبقى نحول verb into a noun, we add the suffix ation, ation, so explanation. Yes. Decorate, also decoration, a noun, ion. We have culture, culture, ثقافة. عايزين نحولها لadjective, we add the suffix al, so cultural, cultural, yes, ثقافي. We have explore, يستكشف. In order to get the person, explorer, explorer اللي هو المستكشف. Yes. We have here collocation, collocation, which means some verbs comes with some certain nouns. Shape our lives, يشكل حياتنا, shape our lives. Family unity, الوحدة الأسرية أو الروابط الأسرية. Share meals, يتشارك الوجبات. ناخد بالنا من shape and share. Yes. Connect generations, يربط الأجيال. Connect generations. What about, بستخدمها لما أجي أعمل suggestion. What about having some coffee? What about going out? يبقى بستخدمها عشان أعمل بيها suggestion. Yes. Keep alive. Keep alive يعني يبقى على قيد الحياة. Create sense يعني يخلق روح أو يخلق شعور بشيء. Yes. Spread joy. Spread joy يعني ينشر الفرحة والسعادة. Be passed from one generation to another ينتقل من جيل إلى آخر أو عبر جيل to الآخر. Yes. Next. We have here some sample question in order to examine our understanding to these special part in our unit. Yeah. So we have customs and traditions, family ties. Of course, strengthen family ties يعني تعمق أو تقوي الروابط الأسرية. Yes. Next. The words tasty and delicious or tasty and delicious يبقى أنا عايزة relation بينهم يبقى أكيد هم synonyms. So what's a synonym? The same meaning of the word. Yes. Next. We have here the suffix. The space turns the word decorate into a noun. So decorate, yes. Decoration, yes. Decoration, I-O-N. Next. During carnivals, أثناء المهرجانات أو الاحتفالات, people space delicious meals. So they do what? They share special meals يعني يتشارك وجبات شهية, delicious. Yes. Next. The word expert is a synonym of. يا ترى الword expert هي synonym لإيه؟ Synonym. I said synonym not antonym. لأن هلاقي في التشويسز عندي my dear students هلاقي synonym and antonym. We have a specialist as a synonym and a matter as an antonym. So of course it's specialist. Yeah. Next. To form the adjective from the noun culture, we add the suffix. Of course, al, so cultural, ثقافي. Yes. The word belonging means a feeling of course, connection, a feeling of connection. Belonging اللي هو الانتماء. Yeah. Next. The opposite of gather is gather. عايزة الopposite gather يجتمع يبقى أكيد separate ينفصل أو يتفرق. Next, we have here the part related to structure of a short article. What is the structure of a short article? طبعا short article يعني المقال القصير. يا ترى بيتكون من ايه الشورت article؟ تعالوا نشوف. It has a title and the title should be catchy title. So what's a catchy title? يعني attention grabber يعني عنوان جاذب, عنوان يشد انتباه القارئ. So catchy title. Next, We have introduction. So what's the introduction? One or two sentences to introduce the main idea. This is what we call introduction. Yes, المقدمة. Next, we have the body. So the body اللي هو جسم الموضوع. A simple sentence to summarize your ideas or article. هنا بنعمل summarize. يعني ايه summarize؟ يعني نلخص الارتكل بتاعنا. Yes. So then we have write a paragraph about the importance of traditions. لما يجي لي كده في الإكزام بيبر بتاعتي write an article or a paragraph about the importance of traditions. موضوع اليونت بتاعنا يونت 8 أهمية العادات والتقاليد. تعالوا نشوف. First of all لازم نعمل لنفسنا mind map my dear students. يعني إيه mind map؟ الكلمة التارجت اللي أنا هشتغل عليها هي كلمة traditions اللي هي التراديشنز التقاليد. بيجي في دماغي إن أنا هعمل definition. يعني إيه definition؟ يعني تعريف الكلمة. إيه كمان؟ بيجي في دماغي إن أنا أدي examples. So what's examples؟ يعني الأمثلة لهذه التراديشنز. وبعدين ببتدي أتكلم عن الimportance بتاعت التراديشنز. Then we are talking about how I feel about traditions. أنا شعوري إيه ناحية التراديشنز. يبقى دي المايند ماب. أي ستودنتس بيحاول يكتب بيشتغل بالمايند ماب دي. Yes. يعني مثلا لما أجي أقول الديفينيشن بتاع tradition, a tradition is something people do again and again. يعني بدي التعريف بتاع كلمة tradition. طيب تمام. وبعدين هبتدي أشتغل examples. يعني ايه الاكزامبلز بقى في التراديشن؟ يعني هتكلم عن celebrating عيد with family, celebrating عيد with family, eating a special food or wearing new clothes. يبقى انا كده بتكلم عن الاكزامبلز. جميل. next هتكلم عن الامبورتنس بقى. يا ترى ايه الامبورتنس بتاع العيد او التراديشنز دي؟ they bring people together. بيجمع الناس مع بعض. make us happy. بيخلينا سعداء. teach us about our culture. بيعلمنا عن الثقافة بتاعتنا. help us remember special times. وبيساعدنا ان احنا نتذكر الاوقات المميزة عندنا والخاصة. Yeah. So let's see how I feel about traditions. أكيد كلنا love traditions because they make me feel warm and safe, connected. Yes. Okay. So now let's write it. هنبدأ كده. We should طبعا leave space at the beginning of the writing. Traditions are special habits that people do again and again. In Egypt, we celebrate Eid al-Fitr with family. We wear new clothes. بنلبس ملابس جديدة. Eat delicious food like كحك. For example, I can write it كحك like you see. And visit our relatives. Traditions are important because they bring people together. يعني بتجمع الناس مع بعض and make us happy. Yes. Next. They also teach us about our culture and history. بتعلمنا عن الثقافة والتاريخ. When we follow traditions, we feel connected to our family and our country. بتخلينا مرتبطين بالعائلة والبلد. I love traditions because they give me joy and make me feel safe. Yes. The feeling, how I feel. Even small traditions like sharing a meal or saying a special greetings. ممكن تكون sharing a meal, sharing a tea, sharing a coffee, okay? Or a special treating or greetings. Help us remember what matters the most. That's why we should keep our traditions alive for future generations. So now, my dear students, we reach to another question. Let's discuss this question together in order to examine our understanding to the synonyms, the antonyms, the suffixes, and prefixes, and so on. So let's see. Question number 1. Festivals and customs people together. It do what for people? It brings people together. Yes, bring people together. Yes. Next. Customs an important role in people's life. So customs do what? Of course, I hear you. Play an important role. وده expression على بعضه my dear students. Play an important role يعني يلعب دورا هاما. Yes. Next. The word space is the opposite of life. عايزين عكس alive هتكون dead. Yes. Egyptians hospitality الضيافة المصرية. Space generosity يا ترى بتعمل ايه؟ Yes, excellent. Reflects. So what's reflects? Reflects يعني تعكس الكرم المصري. Yeah. Continue. Customs families memory alive. So keep memory alive. معناها ايه؟ معناها يحافظ على الذكرى حية. Yeah. Continue. To form the noun from the verb generate. We add the suffix, of course. Excellent. Generation. So we should pronounce the word, my dear students. Generate, generation, جيل. Next. To get the adverb from the adjective form. عايزين هنا الادفرب يعني الحال أو الظرف. We add the suffix. Yes, excellent. ly as a suffix warmly. Yeah. The antonym of honor is glory, disrespect, word, or pride. أنا عايزة هنا الانtonym of course disrespect. Yeah. The word hospitality and kindness are synonyms, opposites, or antonyms. لازم اخد بالي وانا بقرا كويس ان عندي opposites و antonyms دول نفس المعنى يا ولادي، يبقى of course هي synonyms نفس المعنى. Yeah. Education التعليم is a long-standing process عملية طويلة الأمد. Long-standing is the antonym of. long-standing دي هتكون عكس ايه؟ قلنا واحنا بنقول التيبل بتاع السينونيم والانتونيم انها ممكن تكون short-lived وممكن تكون temporary. So we have temporary and the short-lived as antonym to long-standing. Yes? They showed a space when they gave food and drink to the strangers. يا ترى they showed what? أكيد I hear you. Generosity. So what's generosity? الكرم الضيافة. Yes. Number 2 or the next. When people die we bury هنا معناه يدفن. We bury them in caves, graves, mountains or hills, of course. Graves مقابر. Next. The company has a space that hard-working and talented workers. يا ترى الكمباني الشركة بتعمل إيه للtalented workers? I hear you, my dear students of educational programs. Yes, excellent. Honored. So what's honored? يكرم. Now we reach to another question in your exam paper. It's read incomplete. We have a list of words and we have a text and we should put the suitable word in the suitable place. So let's see. Envelopes, happiness, custom, purpose, and reflex. Customs are everyday practices. هي الممارسات اليومية that play an important role in people's life. They may look different, but they often share the same. Of course, I hear you. Excellent. Purpose. معناها إيه purpose؟ معناها هدف أو غرض. To bring people together لتجميع الناس. In China during the Lunar New Year, families clean their houses and give red, of course, envelopes. احنا سمعنا الكلام ده في الفيديو. With money to children. This custom shows hope for luck and, of course, happiness. So happiness, السعادة in Egypt. Hospitality is a custom that, of course, reflects generosity and respect. Yeah. Now, my dear students, we reach to the end of our episode for today. Please study all the vocabulary that we discussed today. Please study chapter 2 in your story and read it carefully and study the questions with the answers and wait for us, inshallah, next episode. Thank you and goodbye.